What is Marxism? The theory from philosopher Karl Marx, who was born in 1818 in Germany and died in 1883 in London. He was a German economist and a philosopher, as well as the founder of the communist movement. Marxism is Karl's analysis over capitalism's sickly truths, and it's mostly known as the conflict theory between the rich and the poor. It states that society is in conflict with each other, and sociologists describe it as a political and economic philosophy, a view in the way things are now, and to where we are headed. Being capitalism's most critical theorist, there are a numerous amounts of issues Karl Marx identified within capitalism. One of Karl Marx's arguments was that history was basically the storytelling of class struggles, in which the working class was oppressed by the wealthy. The laborers were basically the creators of the capitalists' wealth. He even went as far as saying that capitalism planted its own seeds for destruction. Our society today is based upon a few people that own factories, businesses, shops, among other corporations, these of whom the properties are only owned by the owners and not the working class, therefore creating inequalities within the society, that of which Karl Marx opposed with his Marxist theory. Karl Marx saw Marxism as a way in which society could be liberated, a way in which a fair society could be created. In today's society, the capital, ownership, and the means of production is owned by the 1%, the wealthy, leaving the working class, the laborers, as the 99%, the oppressed. Everything from what we see on TV, from what we read in our daily newspapers or other social media, from everything from we hear, everything is controlled by the 1%. This is known as mass culture, mass media, mass entertainment, our hobbies, TV, film, everything. We are given the illusion of having a choice, when in reality, we do not. Consumer reality is not a thing. We are given hidden messages as if we were being hypnotized. Messages such as buy, spend, consume, stay here, stay there, stay alert, everything, they are messages given to us. The powerheads of the capital have figured out a way to keep the 99% controlled. We think we have freedom and liberty, but we do not. This is what has kept a revolution from happening, because people are giving the illusion of choice, of freedom, of liberty. We can see these same examples in today's visual culture, such as in the movie Divergent, which came out in 2014. In this scientific film, the world is divided into factions. The factions are based upon human virtues. There are 5 factions in total: the brave, the intelligent, the peaceful, the honest, and the selfless. Each faction can be compared to today's society. The dauntless, considered the brave, are considered society's strong soldiers. They are courageous and indestructible. Their job is to guard the fence, which was built to keep the factions inside the city and those outside of factions out. In today's society, they are the military, the Air Force, the Marines. They are the soldiers guarding their citizens and their country. The erudite faction are the intelligent. They're always surrounded and occupied by computers, much like the scientists and the tech geniuses of today, occupied within their computer space and experiments. Amity are the peaceful. They value peace and harmony before anything else. And in today's society, I compare them to the spiritual and the religious groups, the church members who are always willing to serve, just like Amity. The abnegation faction are selfless. They always put others before themselves and can be compared to today's nurses and doctors. Leaving the last faction, the candor, the leaders of the law, who utilize lie detectors and trust serums, much like the justice system of today's society, who use lie detectors and other tactics, are the factionless who work in exchange for clothing and food because they are so poor, much like the homeless in today's society. Trish, the main character, is a divergent and doesn't belong to any faction. In that society, everyone is bred into a faction that they're supposed to belonging, not much different from the capitalist education system that we live in today, who promotes STEM in hopes of ejecting students into the corrupt system to use them and not revolt. We need to be like Trish in Divergent. We need to fight the system. We need to think critically and not let the 1% keep taking control and manipulating us.